keep in mind this sister, she stood or she operated under the classification of black. Now, the question is asked, what is meant by the word black? And the question is, black according to science means death. And when we say death, we're speaking about civiliter mortuus, dead in the eyes of the law, civilly dead. And the science is the jurisprudence. So when you deal with jurisprudence, being classified as black makes you dead in the eyes of the law. So she was already dead in the eyes of the law from the gate. So she's dead in the eyes of the law because she classifies herself as black. She comes with a European lawyer who cannot represent her, not in her interest, even if she wanted to. It's not going to represent anything pro-black. Not going to contest it. Then, what happened was, again, as it was revealed to me, is that the case dealing with the ordinance came where there was no jury. It was not a trial by jury. It was a trial by judge, right? So that's a violation, or I should say, there was no assertion of her constitutional right to a trial by jury. So I'm going to read from the Constitution of the state of North Carolina, right? There were several things here that, again, not when you cling on to those names and principles that are unconstitutional, you don't deal in the Constitution. So I'm going here, if you have this, I am on page, well, I'm going to go to page 7, but I can really go back to page 6, and I'm going to tell you why, because it talks about warrants. Which brings me in, I'm going to get into the warrant situation because it was a search warrant. I'm going to show you how everything in Constitution plays a role and how Moors need to know constitutional law. Because again, Prophet said he wants to bring us back into the constitutional fold. Right?
That's right.
So the Constitution, the state constitution of the state government, right, coincides with the Constitution of the United States. And we have our divine constitution and bylaws, right? Which by default, us following this keeps us in line with the other constitutions. Because this is actually higher than those constitutions. This is divine law as opposed to man-made law, right? But we need to study the man-made law to know exactly who we're dealing with and how to make it work for us. So, going to section, this is Article 1, Section 23 of the Constitution of the State of North Carolina, where it speaks about rights of the accused. It says, in all criminal prosecutions, every person charged with crime has the right to be informed of the accusation and to confront the accusers and witnesses with other testimony and to have counsel for defense and not be compelled to give self-incriminating evidence or to pay cost, jail fees, or necessary witness fees of the defense unless found guilty.
Hey, so
yes.
this right here, this, when you say that self-incriminate, see, that's where you come in and plead the fifth. That's what the Fifth Amendment did.
Right.
Self-incriminate.
Right. So you're not supposed to, you have a right to not say anything that will incriminate you.
Right.
You have a right to not give anything that will incriminate you. It says self-incriminating evidence.
Right. And so, but the thing is, you got to know how to use it.
You have to know how to use it in court.
Right.
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 Right. Exactly.
You know how to use it, because when that